Hi, gang. So those of you who are having a little bit of trouble with reading any of the words on here, I'm going to record myself reading it so you can go ahead and listen to it and then you can answer the questions. Okay? So this one's called Mining for Electronics. Your cell phone and other gadgets rely on many elements, some of which are getting harder to find. What do your cell phone, a hybrid car, and a fluorescent light bulb have in common? They all contain chemical elements mined from Earth, such as iron, copper, and gold. Sorry, I had to make it a little bit bigger. I couldn't read that tiny print. But they especially depend on a particular group called rare earth metals. These 17 elements have special properties that make them vital components of fast, efficient, and portable technologies. Recently, though, supplies of rare earth metals have grown scarcer, leaving scientists worried that they may run out. Despite their name, rare earth metals are common in Earth's crust, but unlike iron and copper, which are concentrated in certain spots, rare earth deposits are spread out widely. That makes them difficult to mine. Right now, 86% of the world's supply of these elements comes from China. But officials there have warned that their mines could run out in coming years. To avert a crisis, the mining industry is trying to find new sources of rare earth metals in places like the western US and Canada. Meanwhile, engineers are trying to design technologies that don't need as many of the metals. You can help too by recycling old electronics so that the elements inside them can be reused. Without rare earth metals, technology would look very different, says Alex King, a materials scientist at the U.S. Department of Energy's Ames laboratory in Iowa. One cell phone may contain 5 different rare earth elements. If you run out of any one of those, he says, you have to design an entire phone. And there's a pie chart here you can check out. Let me go down here. Okay. So, digging deep, metals like copper, iron, and the rare earth elements are extracted from giant open pit mines like this one. This over a little. So, neodymium, when combined with other metals in an alloy, this element makes the world's strongest magnets. They're used to power cell phone speakers, computer hard drives, and even hybrid cars. Kind of interesting. Lanthanum, this element is very good at refracting or bending light waves. It's used to make glass that can focus light sharply in a very small space, like the tiny lens in a smartphone or a digital camera. Europium. When atoms of this element are bombarded with invisible high-energy radiation, they absorb it and remit it as a red light. Yttrium is the coating of a TV or a computer monitor makes the red light that you see on the screen. The green light comes from terbium, another rare earth element. And then down here are 2 other examples. Compact fluorescent light bulbs shine thanks to luminescent rare earth metals in their coating. The metals are reusable, but people currently recycle fewer than 10% of burned out bulbs. And over here, cell phone speakers use tiny, super strong magnets containing the rare earth metal neodymium. Magnets made of other elements would make your cell phone much bigger and heavier. Okay, so that was the article that you had to look at today. You have to answer the questions after this, right here. So if you need to, you can go back. I'm going to have to make it a little smaller here so that you can see it. You can go back and look through the article. You're going to then choose 2 other articles online here that you want to check out. And there are some shorter ones on here if you want to choose a shorter one. Just do your best with the other 2 articles because I'm not sure which ones you want to choose for this. So do your very best. And then at the end, actually, it's not at the end, it's up at the top. Here are the questions that you're going to answer. So summarize the article that you read, and then what did you find most interesting about that article? What questions do you have based on what you read? And draw a diagram, illustration, or graphic organizer that you feel best represents your article's topic. So if you can't think of a diagram or a graphic organizer, you can easily draw something. Now, it might be a little harder if you are online. If you want to do this on a piece of paper, that's fine too. Okay, and this is the exact same thing, just on a second page. So this is for one article, and then this one would be for the second article. Okay, just do your best. If you need to, you can always send me a comment if you're having trouble with something. Okay? All right, you guys have a good one.